So, how's it going, everybody? It's Krusty Old Crow. I am back again doing another one of my Stand Easy episodes. These are me, maybe you might call them playing. I might even call them playing. Let's just call them I'm playing. But what I'm actually doing is while I'm playing, I'm trying to feel out how my previous career as a soldier, an armored reconnaissance soldier, could lend or contribute different perspectives to the idea of toy photographers looking for a different kind of storytelling in their shots or displays, or just inspire you to think about maybe what you want to create for your Joe stories and things like that. It's just an expression of the interest in meeting my tactical perspective, which you guys know is my show where I review these toys. So quite passionate about it, so I decided, okay, maybe what I need to do is make a bunch of short videos that just kind of get this out of my system. So today I'm happy to get one out of my system that involved a route reconnaissance, which is what we're doing today. We're doing a route recce, and it's going to be featuring a pair of Vamps with an enemy out there. And just kind of, we're just going to give you a quick go over, just like right from the map brief really quick. These guys mount up and they go. We'll show you a couple types of movements that happen and what happens at a chance close contact. That means, oh crap, there's the enemy, it's time to go, right? And we'll close out that encounter, and we're going to have some violence in this one. We're going to have some action. We're going to keep it quick though, all right? And I'll just give you a general description of what it was I was considering when I was looking at the shot. You know, is this one about communication? Is this one about movement? Is this one just for fun, right? And well, to go through that, I'll keep this as quick as I can, and maybe this explains a few things. And for you and your photography wants or needs, storytelling or whatever, maybe it just inspires you. Who cares? Maybe it just gets you outside to play and have fun like I did all afternoon today. So for today, we're gonna use a few figures, and I've got my list here right now. I'm gonna tell you, we are committing absolute crow heresy in crow country. All my critics be damned. Yes, we're mixing a little bit of Valaverse's Action Force into our Joe collection today to do this route recce, as we continue just kind of probing where that Cobra line is that we were looking for in the very first Stand Easy, right? So some of the kits we're going to be using today, we are going to be using Clutch and the Vamp. We are going to use Grunt to be actually the patrol commander on this one is Grunt, and his 2IC riding in the other Vamp will be the Desert Commando Snake Eyes. For gunners, we are going to have the 60th anniversary Marine Sniper manning the Vamp, and on the second Vamp, which I am calling a Coyote, and you'll see why, we are going to have one of the Republic Guard from the Action Force line. The driver for the second vehicle, the Coyote, is actually going to be a Valaverse Condor. And of course, we'll have a couple of Cobra Troopers and a Cobra Surprise, but we're going to also have a very special guest. Pork Belly is going to be featured heavily because I really like pork belly. Who doesn't like pork belly, right? It's delicious, and the figure's not bad either. It's pretty good. It's a fun fig, but I wanted to do something with pork belly more than I ever did with Naga hide. And so today we're going to see what happens when you flush pork belly out and you decide to use him as an early warning system to defend your vehicle position. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get going. You guys are going to meet the Coyote. No, it's not this animal. It's my custom Vamp. And you're going to see my vehicle patrol on a route recce and a chance close contact. All right, let's go. Okay guys, you know the drill. If you like these videos, you like what I'm putting down about these little tips and whatnot, based on my tactical perspective on either my reviews or what to do with my figs, going out and taking photos of nature and doing all that other stuff, the conversions, whatever. You do the like, share, subscribe, and help me get through that algorithm, grows this channel, and I'll keep doing this for probably the rest of my days. But thank you very much for those who have already subscribed, and thank you very much for those who are considering. I just appreciate the time you share. Anyways, let's go over this map brief and see what's going on here. So here I wanted to show a quick crew situation where they had gotten sidetracked from their patrol of the route Molson there, and got an update on the situation. They know enemy contact is imminent, so they're just going over, and Grunt's asking his 2IC essentially, do you know the new scheme of maneuver? Do you understand my plan as I see it? They have security element down to a minimal, and they are in low ground. They feel safe, so they're all going through this brief together, leaving only the Vamp as the armed weapon system facing the axis of advance. So for this, I wanted it shown that the 2IC is explaining using the map that he understands everything that's expected. They're ready to go. He's pointing out the features and the possible enemy positions. Whole crew is there present, so everybody's alerted, and they'll brief the gunner on their way out. Of course, now that they're ready to mobilize, the driver's already double-checked that plug he put in there earlier when the day started, and it's holding. Everybody's getting ready to mount up now, and, the Grunt's been on the comms with Kyer, letting them know through the proper command and control measures that they're about to proceed with their route with caution, knowing that an enemy contact is imminent, and so they'll mount up, and they're going to get ready to flush that enemy out. And so, having updated his orders, they're going to roll out in the new scheme of maneuver that Grunt had selected. And he's going to take that first bound, and then he's going to order his subcall sign to go and secure that axis of advance by using the low ground to take up a better position. And then they can push on with this advance to contact. All right, so every time a vehicle stops, the crew commander's got to give individual security and arcs to the crews, but we're going to use leapfrog movement and non-verbal communication over the net using hand signals to say how far he could support and what, things like that. So they'll pass each other because they're using leapfrog, and he'll communicate, I can support you 200 meters to get you around there, and then I expect you to support me and let me know when you're set. And so the considerations I gave to this when I was shooting it was, okay, well, the vehicles have to show some spacing between each other, that they have to use the ground, use things like a hull down position or sights up position. And there's got to be mutual support with the weapon systems on board. We're dealing with a grenade launcher and a pair of 50 cals. The maximum effective ranges are the maximum effective support they can provide each other, right? So short bounds, line of sight, things like that. And then with the figures, I wanted to show them communicating. So if somebody's waving at one thing, you got to have the gunner receiving the communications at all times and relaying that he acknowledges them at all times, just like that. And that creates kind of that ability to photograph these things where nonverbal communication is actually really important to the tactics of it, right? They're trying to sneak up here, So in this next part now, knowing that contact on Route Molson is pretty much imminent. The Vamp, Grunt's Vamp is pretty much bound past, picked up a good low position and a little saddle on the side of the road, somewhere where he can get a hull down and sights up, and he's scanning with the binos to see if he can get any indication of that advance. He's at that 400 range pretty much of the max effective support that the Coyote can support him with their 60 millimeter there, so he'll scan with the binos. He'll just get up enough that he can see over the horizon line. The vehicle remains low profile to anybody observing their advance, and he'll spot something that way. Yeah, maybe he'll focus and scan left to right and deep and whatnot. And notice the early warning sentry that is pork belly. He'll notice that most boars in the wild don't have jewelry, and he'll radio to his junior call sign, the Coyote in the back, that, all right, we've got our first bit of contact indications here. We're going to change movement to snake. I'm going to get snake movement as per the orders earlier. Telltale sign number 1 is pork belly is heading down the road, not back into the tree lines, letting them know that this is probably going to be an ambush site. So Grunt's going to order, let's get that snake movement going. We'll quickly bash up and chase this thing out a little bit, and we'll shake out into our attack positions, because I'm pretty sure we've got contact imminent up there. And pork belly, of course, will lead them to where that contact is. want you to shake out on the left there, it says grunt as he realizes where that hog is running into. Contact up front. We know this is coming, all right? So they get indications and they're going to shake out into a tactical position and see what exactly Pork Belly has led them to. With gunners now being able to report in that they can see the stinger, a quick call is made that the coyote will push up and draw fire while the vamp will do a flanking maneuver, and Pork Belly will have revealed the victory of the day to them. The stinger crew's already ready, with the gunner having spotted the coyote crusting itself earlier. He's got the target locked, and with a flip of a switch, a missile prepares to launch. And so by making the coyote draw fire, they put the heavier armor in the plate, and then they flanked them with the heavy assault cannons and was able to get a position on a softer target. The forward armor on that thing is pretty soft. Anyways, after closing with and destroying the enemy, they of course now have to realize that their entire purpose of their recce is compromised, but they've succeeded in defining that forward edge of the Cobra advance in the stinger position, and they can report that to higher and consider that a win. They'll do a battle damage assessment here. They'll go through, they'll take any intel they can, radios, comms, all sorts of maps, any survivors, of which there were none. This was so violent. And everybody's getting pork chops tonight, guys. And the beautiful part about it being a lazy YouTuber is I could take all those photos and play them in reverse order and say that they went back to a nice safe area, adopted an all-around defense, and debriefed each other on the maps the way they should about what they all saw during that encounter before they made their way home and enjoyed that pork supply that they just got. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Stand Easy, number 3. I hope you guys had some fun just watching this, getting a giggle out of it, and maybe you got some inspiration out of it. I hope that's what it is. If you did like it, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the time you guys give these things. And always remember, it breaks down to that age-old Joe adage. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.